Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we will be continuing with the third part of our high frequency vocab series, and without any further ado we can get started. Also before that, I want you guys to subscribe my channel so that I stay motivated and post regularly, or at least frequently. Yes. So the first word is distend. It's a verb. It means cause to expand as if by internal pressure. You can also use the term, just a second. You can also say to stretch. For example, the balloon began to distend as more air was pumped into it, stretching its surface to the limit. Next term is diverge. It's a verb meaning move or draw apart. For example, the paths of the two projects began to diverge as they took on completely different strategies for growth. Basically, alag ho jana. Next term is divest. It's a verb meaning take away possessions from someone. For example, the company decided to divest its non-core assets in order to focus on its primary business operations. Next term is dogmatic. It's an adjective meaning pertaining to a code of beliefs accepted as authoritative. In short, you can just say authoritative. For example, his dogmatic insistence on following outdated procedures stifled any opportunity for innovations in the project. The next term is dormant. It's an adjective meaning inactive but capable of becoming active. So you can say inactive, or you can say sleeping. Describe it as sleeping. Yeah. For example, during the winter, the garden lay dormant, waiting for the warmth of spring to awaken it. The next term is dupe. It's a verb meaning fool or hoax. For example, she felt like a dupe after realizing the email was a phishing scam designed to steal her personal information. The next term is ebullient. It's an adjective meaning joyously unrestrained. Or you can say enthusiastic. That also means highly energetic. For example, her ebullient personality lit up the room as she greeted everyone with boundless energy and enthusiasm. The next term is eclectic. It's an adjective meaning selecting what seems best of various styles or ideas. For example, her eclectic taste in music ranged from classical symphonies to modern electronic beats. The next term is efficacy. It's a noun meaning capacity or power to produce a desired result. For example, the efficacy of the new digital marketing strategy was evident in the increased engagement and lead generations within the first month. Next term is effrontery. It's a noun meaning audacious behavior that you have no right to. Yeah, someone who shows too much audacity. For example, her blatant effrontery during the meeting shocked everyone as she interrupted the CEO and criticized the company's strategy without hesitation. The next word is elegy. It's a noun meaning a mournful poem or a lament for the dead. For example, the poet's elegy beautifully captured the profound sense of loss and longing that lingered in the hearts of those who had loved and lost. The next term is elicit. It's a verb meaning call forth, as an emotion, feeling, or response. Call forth as in to bring out, to bring something out. For example, the teacher used thought-provoking questions to elicit deeper responses from her students during the discussion. The next term is embellish. It's a verb meaning make more attractive, as by adding ornament or color. For example, she decided to embellish her story with vivid details to make it more engaging for her audience. Embellish एक तरीके से बोल सकते हैं decorate, to decorate. Okay. The next term is empirical. It's an adjective meaning derived from experiment and observation rather than theory. Okay. So, for example, the researchers gathered empirical data to support their hypothesis, ensuring their findings were grounded in real-world evidence. The next term is emulate. It's a verb meaning strive to equal or match, especially by imitating. So, in short, you can just say to copy. For example, she tried to emulate her mentor's teaching style, hoping to inspire her students in the same way. The next term is endemic. It's an adjective meaning native to other, confined to a certain region. In short, you can say local, something's local. For example, the disease is endemic to the region, affecting a significant portion of the local population each year. The next term is enervate. It's a verb meaning weaken physically, mentally, or morally. For example, the long hours of studying without breaks can enervate even the most dedicated student. Next term is engender. It's a verb meaning call forth. Yeah. So, for example, the new policy is designed to engender a culture of transparency and collaboration within the organization. Call forth again as in to bring out something. Next term is enhance. It's a verb meaning increase. Example, she took additional courses to enhance her skills in digital marketing and content writing. The next term is ephemeral. It's a noun meaning anything short-lived, as an insect that lives only for a day. For example, the beauty of a sunset is often ephemeral, lasting only a few fleeting moments before darkness envelops the sky. The next term is erudite. It's an adjective meaning having or showing profound knowledge. For example, her erudite commentary on the subject captivated the audience, showcasing her vast knowledge and deep understanding. The next term is esoteric. It's an adjective meaning understandable only in an enlightened inner circle. Enlightened, you can say, means knowledgeable. For example, the professor's lecture on quantum mechanics was so esoteric that only a handful of students could grasp its complex concepts. The next term is eulogy. It's a noun meaning a formal expression of praise for someone who has died. For example, during the memorial service, friends and family gathered to listen to a heartfelt eulogy that celebrated the life and achievements of their beloved friend. The next term is euphemism. It's a noun meaning an inoffensive expression substituted for an offensive one. For example, a common euphemism for fired is let go, which softens the blow of losing a job. So basically euphemism में क्या होता है कि कोई एक ऐसा term ले लो जिसका meaning बहुत extreme होता है. Let's say the term death. Okay. The term death itself sounds cruel, gruesome. You can say doesn't sound really nice when used in a sentence. Okay. उसकी जगह कुछ लोग expire वाला term use करते हैं या बोलते हैं passed away instead of saying the person died. ठीक है? This is to reduce the blow. And this is what we call euphemism. The next term is exacerbate. It's a verb meaning make worse. किसी चीज़ को बुरा और बुरा बनाना. For example, the rising costs of living can exacerbate financial stress for many families. The next term is exculpate. It's a verb meaning pronounced not guilty of criminal charges. For example, the evidence presented in court was sufficient to exculpate the defendant, proving that he was not at the scene of the crime. The next term is exigency. It's a noun meaning a pressing or urgent situation. Example, in light of the exigency created by a sudden storm, the evacuation orders were issued without delay. Next, extrapolation. It's a noun meaning an inference about the future based on known facts. So basically, predict karna, or you can to grow. For example, extrapolation of current market trends suggests that e-commerce will continue to grow exponentially over the next few years. The next term is facetious. It's an adjective meaning cleverly amusing in tone. Or you can say entertaining. Entertaining or humorous. I'm sorry, my handwriting is not exactly good on this device. For example, his facetious remarks during the meeting made it hard to take the serious issues at hand seriously. The next term is facilitate. It's a verb meaning make easier. किसी चीज़ को आसान बनाना. For example, the new training program is designed to facilitate professional development and enhance skills among employees. Next term is fallacious. It's an adjective meaning containing or based on incorrect reasoning. For example, his argument was fallacious, relying on misleading statistics rather than solid evidence. Next term is fatuous. It's an adjective meaning devoid of intelligence. For example, his fatuous remarks during the meeting revealed a lack of understanding of the serious issues at hand. Next term is fawning. It's an adjective meaning attempting to win favor by flattery. For example, the fawning compliments from the assistant made it clear that he was eager to please his boss. The next term is felicitous. It's an adjective meaning exhibiting appropriate manner or style. For example, her felicitous choice of words made the speech both engaging and memorable. Next is fervor. It's a noun meaning feelings of great warmth and intensity. For example, she approached her volunteer work with great fervor, dedicating countless hours to help those in need. Next term is fledgling. It's a noun. Literally, it means a young bird that has just become capable of flying. We can also use it as to describe someone who is inexperienced or an inexperienced person. For example, the fledgling startup struggled to find its footing in the competitive market, but its innovative ideas showed great promise. Next term is flout. It's a verb meaning treat with contemptuous disregard. For example, despite the clear warning signs, he chose to flout the safety regulation and continue to work without protective gear. In short, you can also say flout as in mock. किसी चीज़ का मजाक बनाना है, किसी को मजाक में लेना. Next term is foment. It's a verb meaning try to stir up. For example, the activists sought to foment change by organizing community rallies and encouraging civic engagement. Next term is forestall. It's a verb meaning keep from happening or arising or make impossible. For example, to forestall any potential delays in the project, the team implemented a new timeline and assigned specific deadlines to each task. Next term is frugality. It's a noun meaning prudence in avoiding waste. Or you can also call it stingy, I would say. This ends in a positive note. Stingy means kanjoos, kanjoosi dikhana. For example, her frugality allowed her to save enough money to travel the world while still living comfortably at home. Next term is futile. It's an adjective meaning producing no result or effect. For example, despite their best efforts, the team's attempt to change the company's outdated policies proved futile. Next term is gainsay. It's a verb meaning take exception to. or you can say contradict. For example, no one could gainsay the fact that her dedication to the project led to its overwhelming success. The next term is garrulous. It's an adjective meaning full of trivial conversation. Or you can say someone talkative. Talkative लोग ज़्यादातर कुछ भी बोलते हैं, है ना? Things that are not useful, things that are useful. So yeah. For example, the garrulous neighbor always had a new story to tell, making it hard to get a word in during our conversations. The next term is goad. It's a verb meaning stab or urge on as if with a pointed stick. For example, she tried to goad her brother into joining the competition by teasing him about his lack of courage. Next term is gouge. It's a noun meaning an impression in a surface as made by a blow. For example, the mechanic tried to gouge me by charging triple the price for a simple repair. Next term is grandiloquent. It's an adjective meaning lofty in style, grand in style. Okay. For example, the politician's grandiloquent speech, filled with elaborate phrases and lofty ideals, left the audience both impressed and somewhat bewildered. Next term is gregarious. It's an adjective meaning temperamentally seeking and enjoying the company of others. For example, her gregarious personality made it easy for her to make friends wherever she went. And that's it for the video, guys. Thank you for watching, and yeah, please